Let's get a little more hands-on and take a look at SD cards. And here we have a couple of examples. The first one is a micro SD card. As you can see, it's pretty tiny. And here is the original SD card, full-size SD card. Notice how much bigger it is than the micro SD card. And basically, these are the two sizes that we spoke about, physical sizes. And one thing that I also wanted to address was how do we read these SD cards, or how do we communicate to them when we're flashing images via our laptop or a PC. And there are a couple of ways that we can do it. This here is an SD card adapter that we can use to read our micro SD cards. So essentially how this works is we take our SD card, we insert it into the SD card adapter, and then this is inserted into the SD card reader slot in your PC or your laptop. So that's one way that we can access the micro SD cards. Another way is that here is an example of a USB fob, and it has a connector that we're able to insert the SD card in. So here I'm going to insert the micro SD card. And once that's done, I simply need to insert this into the USB slot in my PC or my laptop, and I'll be able to see the SD card and read and write to the SD card. So that's another option or an adapter that's sold that can allow you to access the micro SD card. Of course, for the full-size SD card, if you have an SD card reader in your laptop or PC, you just insert this into the slot and you'll be able to access this full-size SD card. So just to show also how these are inserted into your Raspberry Pi, I have a couple of Raspberry Pi versions here. Here's an original Raspberry Pi 1. And as you can see, this particular one uses the bigger full-size SD card. So at the back, notice the slot here. You can take your full-size card and simply insert it in once you have flashed it. Notice how this sticks out quite a lot, but that was the original design. And that's how you'll be able to boot up your Pi and access the contents of that SD card. So here is a Raspberry Pi 3. As you can see at the back, it uses the micro SD card, or the smaller version. So you simply take that micro SD card and insert it into the back. Okay, notice how much it doesn't protrude like the original Raspberry Pi, but these are how the smaller micro SD cards work with Raspberry Pi versions 3 and some of the newer versions. So there you have it. So just wanted to cover those couple of concepts around the SD cards, the physical sizes, and how they are inserted into the various versions of the Raspberry Pi.